What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video on the NBA channel. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get stuck into the world of basketball today as we've got the official MVP award to announce, or the official winner of the MVP award. And we also have a Game 7 scenario in which one team just absolutely destroyed the other, and it's quite surprising. So with that being said, let's talk about the world of the NBA in this video. But before we get any further, if you do like the video, feel free to like and subscribe if you are new, and let me know what you guys think about the NBA today, the NBA world as we see it, and ultimately what is next for the NBA as well. We're heading to Western and Eastern Conference Finals now. We now know the teams in place for both of those areas. I will be more than happy to give my predictions in this video as well. We can kind of make this a predictions video. But I also want to announce that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has officially won the MVP award. He's gone back to back and he gets the MVP award. I don't think there's anyone that could truly be surprised by this. The Oklahoma City Thunder has been the best team all season long. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been one of the best players in the league all season long. It makes sense. 2 and 2 together, you get the MVP award for the second straight year. And look, say whatever you like about the way the Oklahoma City Thunder play. Say whatever you like about foul baiting. I know there are a lot of players, a lot of teams, a lot of fans that are not very happy with how the Thunder play. Regardless of that fact, you can't deny greatness when it's standing in front of you, and that is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and that is the Oklahoma City Thunder. I've honestly said, and I've admitted this, he was not my MVP of the regular season. I think he's proven to be, I wouldn't even say he's the MVP of the playoffs thus far. I don't think he's had a very good playoff run, but his team's been phenomenal. He's done his part, for sure, of course. As the leader of the group, he has done his part. He's had some very good games, but ultimately, his team's unbelievable. But again, when I look at the MVP, I don't look at the playoffs, because that could be set in stone for whoever wins the championship and whoever gets finals MVP there. I'm looking at the regular season. And in the regular season, for me, my MVP was Nikola Jokic. I will stand by that. I think he was the best player in the entire league, and I also think if you don't have Nikola Jokic, the Denver Nuggets wouldn't even make the play-in tournament. That's what I think about the MVP award this season. But again, I'm going to try to take my own bias aside because it's not about me. It's not about me at all. It's just an opinion that I have. Shai is well and truly deserving of it. You know, he was in the top 3 definitely, and ultimately he wins it, and he has every right to win it. His team was good and he was good. It makes sense, and ultimately he is the most valuable player for the second straight year. Congratulations to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I hope you really enjoy this individual award, and just know that hopefully there's more success for you down the road. You're still in the playoffs. There is still a championship to fight for, so go ahead and fight for it. The Western Conference is going to be a heck of a series, and I cannot wait for it. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs, first seed versus second seed. I'm pretty sure out west, the Spurs won the season series, so this is going to be an uphill battle in many ways for the Thunder, but who better to answer the call than obviously the MVP and literally the best team in the entire league. I can't wait for this. This is gonna be good stuff, and I really, really hope that it doesn't go it's not disappointing. I don't want to see a sweep. I don't want to see 50-point blowouts. I want to see close competitive games between two of the best teams in the NBA today, and that's what I expect to see. Not only do I want to see it, I expect to see it from these two. Let's hope they can get it done. Okay, so yes, congratulations to Shai, and congratulations to the team that won Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's the Cleveland Cavaliers. They absolutely destroyed Detroit at home. Never in my life have I seen a stadium so empty by the fourth quarter. It was literally just Cavs fans in the arena. I've a couple of things I could say to that. For starters, I know Detroit right now, they expect to be in the playoffs every year, and maybe it's just one of those moments where they know they'll be back next year, so they're not even going to bother. Maybe they're just truly frustrated with how Game 7 went. I'm going to say I'm proud of the Detroit Pistons fans that stayed, because ultimately, this is the I think this is the furthest they have gone in the NBA playoffs in a long time. I'm pretty sure last season they got eliminated in the first round by the Knicks. So now they've got eliminated in the second round. So even though they had a 60-win season, first seeded team, they didn't look up for it for the get-go. You know, it was Game 7 to the Magic, Game 7 to the Cavs. But I salute the Detroit Pistons fans that stayed in the arena to give the support and backing of a team that clearly still needs it. sometimes being first in the Eastern Conference doesn't always define things. I mean, did the Pacers, were they first last season? No, I don't think they were. I think a couple of seasons now, the first seeded team hasn't always really made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's a very, I would say, knowledgeable thing to say. But they're still so young. This is not the finished article for Detroit. There's still so much for them to do. Look, they have a discussion about signing Jalen Duren in the offseason. He hasn't had a great playoff series at all, but they have that discussion. They've got to see whether or not he's going to be worthy of a really large contract, and then they have to go again. This team gets older and more experienced together. This team will eventually become a formidable force in the Eastern Conference if they're not already that. Yes, it's a bad playoff series. It's a bad playoff run. They didn't play to their standards or expectations. They need improvements in the offensive end because, they could defend. Ultimately, not enough today. They were schooled today on the offensive end. But they have to go again, and they need to improve in certain areas, and they will. So please, look, I get it. It's a bad, rough night. Game 7, you're frustrated, you're pissed, you want to go home, beat the traffic, whatever the case may be. Just keep on supporting the Detroit Pistons if you're a Pistons fan, because I think the best years are still ahead. They're not behind you. And I kind of feel like the way that the arena emptied, in the facet that it emptied in, I feel like Detroit fans are thinking their best days are behind them. That's not going to be the case. There's still so much to look forward to if you're a Detroit fan. But this is Cleveland's night. How many times have I said in a video that I don't trust the Cleveland Cavaliers? How many times? And, I mean, if you make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think it's safe to say that I've been proven wrong in that standpoint. If you make the Eastern Conference Finals, you deserve to be there. There's no shadow of a doubt about it. And you took the long route to get there. The Raptors brought a formidable force to you, where everybody defended home court ridiculously well, and Cleveland, with that home court advantage, sealed the deal and walked away in Game 7. Then you face the first-seeded Detroit Pistons team, a team that is very formidable on the defensive end, a team that loves to run and likes to make you pay for mistakes. Yet, what was it? Game 7, how many mistakes did the Cavs make? I didn't feel like they made many. I mean, I know James Harden didn't have the greatest game of all time, and that's another conversation that you can add to his list. But James Harden's in the Eastern Conference Finals. He didn't need to play well. He got there in the end, and that's going to add to his legacy. He's been in the playoffs every single season, and he's going to go to an Eastern Conference Finals. He should be very proud of that, and that adds to a Hall of Fame worthy career already. He's a phenomenal player, and Cleveland's just played a phenomenal game today. I mean, Donovan Mitchell was in double figures. I think Evan Mobley was in double figures. Jared Allen, apparently they're calling him Game 7 Jared Allen now, or Game 7 Allen. That's crazy. My man Jared Allen, who doesn't have much offense to his game at all, just all of a sudden is just called Game 7 Allen now. That's crazy to think about. But he was in double figures, 20-plus points today as well. I think he had a double-double. So they stepped up. Their team stepped up. In a place where they needed it to step up, Cleveland stepped up. They showed experience matters. They showed that players who have been in this situation and know what it's about can pull it off. And they also proved that their style of play can at least work in getting them to an Eastern Conference Finals. But can it work to getting them to the finals? And this is the thing. I don't know anyone right now that is good enough to stop New York in its current condition. The way New York play has been unbelievable. It's been a beatdown in all the series that they participated in. It's not. It reminds me of the Thunder a little bit. I know the Hawks got a couple of games from them, but after those 2 games, they've been the best offensive team, I think, in the NBA. And defensively, they're already a very, very good team. So I don't know who stops the Knicks. So if I have to make a prediction, I'm going to pick the New York Knicks. I'm probably going to pick them in 6 games. But Cleveland, look, I've already been proven wrong. Their style of play with James Harden in the team has worked. And it's working well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland maybe gets the jump on them early and survive the rest of the way. I wouldn't be surprised if this is another Game 7 where each team is defending home court until Game 7 and then anybody's game. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes that way either. But for now, I will stick by New York in 6. And for the West, I'm going to pick... I don't even know. Do I trust the regular season in this instance? Or we've already seen that experience does matter, and the Oklahoma City Thunder have been at this stage before, whereas the Spurs have not. I feel like in this instance, it's just I think you have to pick the champions in this instance. A team that has been here, has done that, knows the experience, knows what it's like, and can maybe rise to an occasion in which the Spurs, this is their first time really being here. They have veterans that have been here, but for the team itself, Wemby, a lot of the other guys, Castle, this is their first time being here. And it might be a very big stage for them to either A, show out, or B, show that there's still work to do. I'm going to pick Oklahoma City in 7. I think that's the best way to go about it. Again, I'm very excited for the East and the West because the East is just unpredictable. I don't think anyone could have said Cleveland versus the Knicks would be the Eastern Conference Finals matchup at the very beginning of the playoffs. These two had a series 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, and the Knicks destroyed them, by the way. Will that be history making? Will history repeat itself? Cleveland is pretty much the ball's in their court, but they're not the same team as they were 2 years ago. They play a lot. I mean, I wouldn't say they play a lot better, but their style of play is working at the moment. That's what I will say. And then, Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder, we've already talked about their regular season and whatnot. Let's see what goes on there. But what a great series to be a part of. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it. With that being said, that's my video today in the world of the NBA. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.